St. Ives is Charles Bronson like you've rarely seen him before.
You're tough, smart, and you got a lot of great-looking bits and pieces.
The best way to describe it for people who haven't seen it is to call it Bronson's Fletch. And even then, you'd probably have to know what Fletch is to understand the reference.
Cash? I'm impressed.
Saw my pimp today.
Open your raincoat. Come on, just once. It's worth it.
Irwin M. Fletcher, as inspired by a series of mystery novels, was an investigative journalist who took his job seriously, but himself less so, and always had a joke for every situation.
Oh, I just got out of the shower.
Yeah. Can I borrow your towel for a sec? My car just hit a water buffalo.
Bronson is Ray St. Ives, also based on a series of mystery novels. St. Ives is a former cop moonlighting as a crime reporter and author.
You know this guy, Lieutenant?
What do you mean, do I know him? Everybody knows St. Ives. He's a big-time columnist, crime reporter. How's the book coming?
Not worth a shit.
Oh.
He takes his roles seriously, and himself less so, and he always has a joke for every situation.
Well, you two dance well together.
Ray, like Fletch, is the last person who should fall into a noir plot.
Abner Procane, male, white, 65 years old, extremely wealthy, eccentric, lives on an estate in Holmby Hills. The gentleman has had something stolen. The thieves have offered to return it for a piss pot full of money. You function strictly as a go-between.
Directed by J. Lee Thompson in his first of 9 collaborations with Bronson, St. Ives probably isn't a truly good movie like Death Wish or Hard Times, but it holds some odd pleasures.
5 brown, leather-bound ledgers, 8.5 by 14, removed from a safe in an upstairs office. A very tidy job.
It's certainly an outlier in the star's filmography, verging on outright comedy, but it possesses just enough noir-y goodness to take it seriously. Well, sort of.
Sounds okay. At a laundromat, 2 a.m., come alone, it's the usual. Where's the money?
It's here.
Sweet Jesus Christ, hold it right there!
You, always carry 100 grand on evening drives?
A friend of mine, a little old lady, asked me to hang on to it for her. You know, the banks are closed. She lives alone.
The plot about missing ledgers is absolute hogwash, and you'll figure out the culprit with at least 70 minutes to spare. But this one's more about the vibes and the unflappable St. Ives interacting with the rich and not so rich of LA.
Who are you, anyway?
I'm investigating the murder of Boykins.
You're a cop. Look, all I know is some guy calls up and wants to know if I'm interested in some journals. I said no.
You remember anything else, give me a buzz.
Sure, sure.
Ray St. Ives, Hotel Lido. Thanks again.
Lido. Hotel Lido. Ah, you son of a bitch, you're no cop. What'd they do, put the precinct in the hotel?
These encounters include failed hits, barrages of machine gun fire, and crooked police detectives out for a quick buck. And all of it has the lightness of a pancake.
Something I wanted to talk to you about. No, go on and eat. You just have to listen, I'll talk.
All right.
Food like that should be eaten while it's hot.
What's on your mind?
Your health.
Bronson, who played no end of tight-lipped badasses, is obviously having a good time as the loquacious title character. It's honestly weird to hear him talk so much.
Your life in crime, Mr. Procane, is fascinating.
Exhilarating is a better word.
First, $100,000 in a stiff in a laundromat, and now a guy squashed on the sidewalk. What the hell are you doing, Ray?
Gathering material for a book.
Some book.
He's also ably supported by the legendary John Houseman and the sizzling Jacqueline Bisset as the film's customary femme fatale. She has great chemistry with Charlie and could very well steal the film.
Do you always live like this? In cheap hotels?
Yeah.
By choice?
Why else would anybody live in a cheap hotel?
You'll also spot a young Jeff Goldblum playing a hood in a Bronson film for the second time, and Robert Englund, yes, Freddy Krueger himself, as one of his buddies.
Take you out. Go between.
The icing on the cake is handsome photography by Lucien Ballard, and a decadent score by Lalo Schifrin. Honestly, the soundtrack's funky retro charm is halfway Dirty Harry, halfway Deep Throat. A pity for discotheques everywhere that it was never commercially released. St. Ives is a warm comfort blanket of a movie that's ideal for those lazy Sunday afternoons when you're a little too hungover to move. So why not sit up and give it a chance?
It's just that afternoons are better, really.
Afternoons are perfect.
I'll remember that.